Guys who go to the gym keep chasing size because they believe that will be their most aesthetic physique. They think if they just get big enough, they put in as much size as possible, they get 18-inch arms, they do long bulks, they will get all the benefits from working out, the confidence, the self-belief, the attention from women, and the respect from other men. But the truth is, the high status physique you're looking for, the aesthetic physique that stands out in a crowd and gets you all those benefits I just listed, is actually a lot more achievable than you think. And you don't need to do those long bulks, and you don't need to keep chasing size. If you focus on these few key aspects that 99% of people who work out ignore, you will not only build a better physique than 99% of guys, but you will literally build it faster. And everyone will wonder how you built this physique so fast. The first thing you need to understand, which is the most important thing, is you need to avoid the gym bro trap. This is where all you think about is the gym. You are consumed by it 24/7, but in reality, you only go to the gym for a few hours a week. It's all you think about, it's all you talk about, you only know people from the gym, and everything outside of your life has stayed the exact same. Maybe you're slightly more confident because you put on a little bit of muscle. I was in this position for many, many years, and my life did not progress outside the gym at all. I had a few benefits, I'm not going to lie. I was a little more confident, I liked the way I look sometimes, but once I made this decision to actually chase an aesthetic, high status physique, implementing these things, my life completely changed. I moved across the world 1 year ago today. Now I make money online. I live anywhere in the world. I feel great on a daily basis, and my self-belief is through the roof. I know that I can achieve anything. And this is all because I had a mindset shift in regards to my physique, because this is the foundation of your success. This is how you get that early momentum in your life. It doesn't matter right now if you're 19 or 30. This physique can change the way you view life, your perspective on who you are and what you're capable of doing. You need to understand that the gym bro look not only signals low status to everyone else, but this isn't necessarily about everybody else's perception. Who really cares? But it holds you back in your self-development, the thing that is actually going to push you forward in life. And as I said, guys, I was stuck here for years, and I want you guys to avoid this at all costs, because life is so much better when you build the high status aesthetic physique that you can actually leverage in the real world, and it actually improves every area of your life. And this is something so overlooked by so many guys that go to the gym. Even if they build a good physique, everything else in their life is crumbling. Number one, the most important thing is to stay lean year round. I always say this, and a lot of you guys comment, you say, you can't stay lean year round, it's not possible, it's 15% is okay. That couldn't be further from the truth. I've done both. I've done the big bulks, I've done the huge cuts, I've gone absolutely shredded down to 7% body fat, ab veins everywhere, and I've also maintained 10 to 12% body fat year round and still made progress. And I can tell you, maintaining a look that you actually like, you feel good about yourself, you walk in a room and you know you are the man, that is a much better existence. You have to remember why you started working out. You did this because you wanted to feel better. You wanted to be more confident. You're not going to feel that way if you're constantly chasing these big bulks, trying to put on as much size as possible. And what will end up happening is you will end up ruining your physique. You'll end up ruining your motivation and desire to train. Your life becomes mundane, boring, and repetitive. Life is about experiences. This is how we become a unique individual. We go experience different things. We go to different places. We allow ourselves to actually live in the real world rather than that 2 hours we're in the gym and then the rest of the time just thinking about it. Not only do you want to stay lean, but you want to get as strong as possible at the core exercises. We're talking about pull-ups, dips, incline bench pressing, lateral raises. All of these exercises, these are actually useful exercises. Imagine you have a child on your back and you got to lift yourself up a cliff. That's what you're doing when you're doing weighted pull-ups. Dips, same thing. All of these actually help you get better at moving your body through space and time, plus you're attaching more weight. How cool is that? These are also some of the most fun exercises to do. The last thing you want to be doing is going to the gym, getting all scientific, looking at studies, EMG data, doing the most optimal exercise. First of all, not only is that not fun, second of all, it's not actually going to make you any more progress. If anything, you're always switching your workouts. You're just going to make less progress, and you're just going to not enjoy working out. Telling you this from someone who's trained for so long, It is repetitive. It does get boring. So you need to make your main focus just progressing. That's why if you stay lean and you build strength over time, not only are you going to put on muscle, you're going to feel good on a daily basis, but you always have something to strive for. You don't need as much muscle as you think. Realistically, if you do a huge bulk and you eat tons of food, your stomach starts getting distended, you're bloated all the time, your midsection, which is the core, the center of your physique where everyone's eyes go immediately, is going to be ruined. It's going to get distended, it's going to look sloppier, and overall it's going to throw off your proportions. Now, speaking of proportions, one of the best things you can do to build this physique is focus on the muscle groups that everyone else avoids. I'm talking about neck, traps, forearms. All of these make your physique stand out immediately. 99% of people do not train their neck. Go to the gym, how many people are doing neck curls or neck extensions? Barely anyone. Yes, if you just train, you do some heavy RDLs, you do some heavy rows, you are going to get some stimulus on your neck and it is going to get a little bit thicker. But this is one of the best ROI exercises. You do like 6 to 9 sets per week of neck exercises, your neck is going to grow extremely fast. It is one of the fastest growing muscles. Not only does it make your physique look 10 times better, but it stops you from having the boyish look. You know, the kids on TikTok who all care about their jawline and looks maxing. We're not trying to achieve that look. We're trying to look masculine, trying to look powerful, dominant. And not only that, your thick neck is going to make your jawline look more defined. So you're killing two birds with one stone. Plus, it has some utility. You get in a car crash, you get whiplash, it's going to actually stop that and help you keep your head in one place, stop you from getting concussed. You also want to be training your abs. This is something I wish I did sooner. A deep, thick, blocky set of abs is going to make your physique stand out so much more. Remember what I said earlier. Your core, your abs, your midsection is the center point. Everyone's eyes are immediately drawn there. If you can build thick, dense abs by doing cable crunches and progressing those over time, treating them like any other muscle group, your physique is going to be 10 times better. One of the best areas to grow is, I call, the upper shelf. This is your upper chest, your traps, your neck is also involved in this, your delts, your upper back. This is going to make your physique stand out. Every time you wear a t-shirt, it's just going to hang off of those muscles and it's going to make you look extremely powerful. And this is why it's all about building strength when we're training. You build that strength, you build denser, harder, thicker muscles. People say that's bro science. But the truth is, bro science is right 99% of the time. It's guys who have gone to the gym for a really long time. They've seen progress. They're telling you what's worked for them. I'm going to always trust bro science rather than some study by some nerd in a lab. Incline bench pressing, incline flies, lots of lateral raises, heavy shoulder press, rear delt flies, upper back rows. This is going to give your physique that V-taper look. Because if you have a V-taper, right, you have a small waist, you've developed your back and lats, but there's nothing up top to really cap it off. It doesn't have the same hit. It doesn't look as aesthetic. And that goes on to the next point. We want to make sure that core is always tight when we're building that V-taper. Now, with a V-taper, this is controversial, but there is diminishing returns. Now, if you're competing, you're a bodybuilder, you're doing men's physique, you're doing classic open bodybuilding, you want as big as lats as possible. You want to look like a refrigerator. You want to look ridiculously wide. However, in the real world, your back can actually get too overdeveloped and it's going to start affecting your posture and the way you walk. You're going to start looking like you only move your upper body when you walk. And I've been in this exact position and I'm still trying to fix it now because my lats have always been a strong body part. But you need to realize that your posture, your mobility, the way you actually present your physique matters so much. Building an aesthetic physique, a high status physique, is much more than just how you look when you're posing in the mirror. It's actually how you move through space and time, how you walk down the street, how you walk into a room. If you're super jacked, but your shoulders are hunched forward, your neck is up, you look just awkward and strange. When you walk, it doesn't look natural. That is the thing you want to avoid. You want to look like a guy who's really in shape, takes care of himself, is super strong and powerful, yet can do everything else, can play sports, can wear normal clothes. And that leads on to my next point, which is somewhat controversial. In my opinion, having slightly, in modern terms, underdeveloped legs is actually great. I think you should have a well-balanced quad and hamstring, but I don't think you should have super overdeveloped adductors with the huge glutes. And I'm not telling you not to train your legs. Same thing applies. Stay lean year round. Get really, really strong with your leg exercises. Get strong at RDLs, some kind of squatting movement. Train your calf. Having them massive, if you're not bodybuilding or competing, is pointless. You're not going to be able to wear pants. You're going to look retarded when you walk. And overall, it's going to throw off the aesthetic of your physique. You want everything to be in proportion. I would much rather be in a position where my legs are well developed, lean, they're separated, they're densely muscled, but I can play sports. I can run fast. I can do Muay Thai. I can fight. I can do kickboxing. Rather than just having super overdeveloped legs that look ridiculous and don't actually offer me any utility in the real world. If you go back and look at bodybuilders from the 60s and 70s, this was exactly their take on physiques. Look at Arnold, look at Frank Zane, look at Serge Nubret, look at all of these guys. They kept their legs still well developed, they still train them, but they don't need to be massive. You need to remove your limiting beliefs. I see so many comments on my videos, guys saying, you just need money, you just need a Rolex. It's impossible to stay at 10, 12% body fat year round. If it's so impossible, why is other guys doing it that are natural? It's not as difficult as you think it is, but if you perceive it as super difficult, you do these crazy bulks, then you do these crazy cuts that are grueling and take away everything from your life, all the excitement, all the joy, then it is going to be difficult. But once you remove that limiting belief, you understand that you don't need a Rolex, you don't need a Lambo. What you need is to build the last real status symbol, which is a lean, aesthetic physique that you can actually leverage in the real world and improves your quality of life. Then you'll understand that this is a very easy task to do. It's going to take you probably 3 to 5 years and you're going to have a 1% physique. And if you've been trying to build this high status physique, you've been going through trial and error, trying to get aesthetic, trying to get shredded, but you just can't seem to figure out the system to make it work, book a call with me down below. We'll expedite this process. We can work one-on-one. I've done this with hundreds of other guys before and changed their lives. And we'll talk about where you're currently at, where you're trying to get to, and the problems we need to solve.